Hello, salut, and konnichiwa, mis amigos, and welcome back to the channel. Here we are for another pick'em for week 3 of the NFL season. I'm trying to get this out fast, so let's just get into it. First, we have Raiders versus Titans. I mean, the Raiders have to figure it out eventually. The Titans look like they're on the verge of a rebuild, outside of Derrick Henry, obviously. So I'm going to give it to the Raiders on that one. I mean, it took Tua's Tua having a phenomenal game um, to figure out how to beat the Ravens, excuse me, sorry, and Steelers. Patriots beat a bad Steelers team. I don't think the Patriots have the bodies to match up with Baltimore, so I'm going to give it to Baltimore. My Jets versus Cincinnati Bengals. Jets came up with a just phenomenal win against the Browns last weekend. And the Bengals just can't seem to figure it out. You'd think this would be the week that they figure it out, but I think with their weakness being their offensive line and the Jets' strongest group, per se, is being their defensive line, I'm going to give it to the Jets on this one. Colts, Chiefs, Colts are one of the other teams that just can't figure it out just yet. Bills, Dolphins, this should be a very good game. I don't know who I can give this to based upon last week's thing alone. You'd want to give it to the Dolphins, but I think the Bills are more. I thought the Bills played on Thursday. Why are they here? No, they didn't. Oh, they played on Monday. That's right, they played on Monday. But in any event, I'm going to give it to the Bills. I think the Dolphins have a chance, but I'm going to give it to the Bills. Um, I think Justin Herbert. Yeah, he just got injured, or he had a rib injury. I don't know if he's active. I assume he is. A healthy Jaguars team that just beat the Commanders. No, they just lost to the Commanders. Who did they beat last weekend? I can't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately. I'm gonna give it to the Jaguars. I really don't have much reasoning behind just giving it to the Jaguars. Lions, Vikings. I'm picking the Lions. MCDC is gonna take over. Eagles, Commanders. Carson Wentz's. I don't think they're playing in Philly, but let's call it Carson Wentz's return. Gonna give it to the Eagles. Oh, wait, it's just home and away. Sorry. So Carson Wentz against his former team at home. Saints, Panthers. Saints couldn't finish it out last weekend, but I think they get it done against Baker and the Panthers. Atlanta Seahawks. I don't even know because they both are kind of waiting in the water right now of whether or not they're going to actually be a bad team. But I think Atlanta has more weapons. So I'm going to give it to Atlanta. Rams, Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals, I think the only reason they won last weekend is because the Raiders didn't play 4 quarters, so I'm going to give it to the Rams. Green Bay and Tampa Bay. They don't have the receivers to match up with the strength that is Tampa Bay's secondary, so they can just blitz Rodgers all day. So I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers. Cowboys, Giants. I think the Giants are a better team without Dak playing for the Cowboys. Michael Parsons will still be a problem, but I'm pretty sure that the Cowboys still won't figure it out this week. Chicago and Houston. I'm gonna pick Chicago. Justin Fields had a pretty good game, if I remember correctly, last week. Oh yeah, they beat the Niners. No, No, they beat the Niners week 1. Who did they play last week? I don't remember, unfortunately. Niners and Denver. This is in Mile High. I mean, after last week, they barely beat the Texans. They lost to Seattle. And then the Niners, they lost Trey Lance, but obviously they have Jimmy Garoppolo. They lost in Chicago. They beat... I don't know why I can't figure out who they beat last week. They beat the Falcons? No, they played Seattle. That's who they... right? They might have played Seattle. I don't remember. In any event, I think a Jimmy Garoppolo-led Niners is more consistent than it seems the Denver Broncos are. So I'm going to go with the Niners. And those are my picks this week. We'll see how they go. I mean, a lot of away bias, it looks like. I doubt this will translate to the game. Well, I say away bias, but this one, well, obviously, was Thursday. But we'll see. In any event, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.